The ripple effect of kindness. The fluorescent lights flickered overhead as Jack Williams stood in his office, staring at the family photo on his desk. His younger sister's graduation, his mother's proud smile, all of them together. His fingers traced the cardboard box that now held 5 years of memories from his corner workspace at Davidson and Associates. "I'm sorry, Jack. The merger left us no choice," Mr. Davidson had said just an hour ago, his voice carrying rehearsed sympathy. "Your project contributions have been invaluable, but we're cutting entire departments." Now, as Jack packed his personal items, the engineering award from last year's Innovation Challenge, his lucky coffee mug, the plant his team had given him after their successful software launch, his mind raced through mortgage payments and his sister's college tuition. At 32, he'd never imagined starting over. Sarah from accounting stopped by his desk. "This isn't right, Jack. That healthcare platform you developed literally saved the company last quarter." "Thanks, Sarah." He managed a weak smile. "Sometimes life has other plans, I guess." The subway station was packed with the usual evening crowd when Jack descended the stairs, his box of belongings heavy in his arms. The automated voice announced delays on the Blue Line, just perfect for an already terrible day. He squeezed into the crowded car, finding a seat near the back, and placed the box on his lap. His phone buzzed. A message from his mother. "Coming for dinner Sunday? Lisa's making your favorite lasagna." He couldn't bring himself to respond. How could he tell them? His family had always seen him as the reliable one, the achiever. 3 stops later, the doors opened with a mechanical hiss. A pregnant woman waddled in, one hand on her swollen belly, the other clutching a worn leather briefcase. Without hesitation, Jack stood up. "Please, take my seat." "Thank you," she smiled, lowering herself carefully. "I'm Emily. These last few weeks, every step feels like a marathon." Jack noticed her grimace as she adjusted her position. "Long day?" "Aren't they all?" She chuckled. "I'm trying to wrap up everything at work before maternity leave. You look like you're having quite a day yourself." She gestured at his box. Something about her genuine concern broke through his professional facade. "Got laid off today," he admitted. 5 years, countless projects, one merger, and... He gestured to the box. Emily's eyes widened with recognition. "Wait, were you at Davidson and Associates?" Jack nodded, surprised. "The healthcare platform project?" "My husband James wouldn't stop talking about it when his company was looking for similar solutions." She rummaged through her bag, pulling out a business card. "He's the technical director at MedTech Solutions. They're actually expanding their development team." She handed him the card. "I'll tell him about you tonight." Thank you," Jack stammered, studying the embossed lettering. "But you don't even know me." Emily's eyes crinkled warmly. "Sometimes the universe puts us where we need to be. Besides," she patted her belly, "I believe in paying kindness forward. This little one's teaching me that we all need help sometimes." The next few days were a blur of updating resumes and LinkedIn profiles. True to her word, Emily had spoken to her husband. Jack found himself in MedTech's modern office building, his heart racing as he waited to be called in. The interview with James Parker was unlike any he'd experienced. "Emily mentioned the healthcare platform," James began. "Walk me through the challenges you faced with data security." For 2 hours, they discussed technical architectures, team dynamics, and innovation approaches. By the end, it felt more like a conversation between colleagues than an interview. "One last question," James leaned back. "Why do you do this work?" Jack thought about his mother's struggle to navigate medical websites during her recovery last year. "Because technology should help people, not frustrate them. Every line of code can make someone's life a little easier." 3 days later, Jack received the offer letter. His new role would lead a team developing accessible healthcare applications, a perfect blend of his experience and passion. Months passed. Jack thrived in his new position, but he never forgot that subway ride. He started volunteering at a local tech training center, mentoring laid-off professionals transitioning to tech careers. Every Saturday, he shared not just coding knowledge, but also his story. One evening, as he was leaving the center, he spotted a familiar face. Emily, now with a baby carrier, was waiting by the entrance. I heard you were teaching here, she smiled. James can't stop praising your team's work. Emily, how's motherhood? Exhausting, but amazing. Meet little Sophie. She adjusted the blanket, revealing a sleeping infant. We were hoping you'd join us for dinner. James mentioned you're starting a mentorship program at MedTech. Actually, yes, Jack grinned. Remember when you said you believe in paying kindness forward? Well, I had a pretty good teacher. As they walked to the nearby restaurant, Jack realized how a single act of kindness had not just changed his career, but had shown him his true purpose. In the cutthroat corporate world, sometimes the strongest code isn't written in programming languages, but in simple human connection. That evening, surrounded by his new friends, Jack's phone buzzed. A message from one of his mentees. Got the job. Thank you for everything. He smiled, thinking of that terrible day months ago, and how sometimes losing your seat can lead you exactly where you need to be. The end.